Hello and welcome to my video about everything I made in the month of August. August started off as a really slow month. I went on holiday for the first week and we were having such a good time. I didn't crochet until the very last night. And then the next week I was working on a couple of big projects and I just felt like I wasn't completing anything. And I was quite worried about what content I was going to include in this video. And then all of a sudden, I just seemed to create loads of things. I got my crudger in a major way, and I had a really lovely time creating some really interesting pieces, I would like to say. My list of things I've made is on my phone in front of me. There is also a cat on the bed in front of me. I'm trying a new location for filming. I think he's about to move. You might see his tail. There we are. And then I will talk you through everything I made in the month of August. Technically, the first thing I made at the very end of July after I'd already filmed my last video. I'll put the picture here. And it was this lovely fox called Freya Fox. I'll link all the patterns in the description below. This was a gift for a friend. He was gifting it to her niece. I'm lying, it wasn't a gift, it was a commission. I made it for her and she paid me, and it was a gift for her 1-year-old niece, and it seemed to be really loved. And she's also added a little bow tie to it. I'm not sure if that's a permanent thing, but it does look adorable with a bow tie. So that's the first thing. Next, after that, I made a mushroom hanger. I just needed something little to make sure I felt like I was completing projects this month, because the two things I was working on were taking forever and I needed something quick. So, where is it? Here it is. I made this little mushroom hanger. Just a little piece of home decor, hangs on the wall. I can't take credit for this. I saw someone had made one of these. It was on Etsy. I didn't buy their pattern, but I will link their pattern in the description below. I just saw theirs and I was being cheap. I knew I could come up with it myself. But it was just a circle, red circle, green edging, the mushroom applique on top with a tiny bit of embroidery, and the tassel at the bottom as well. So a really sweet little project there, and it did make me feel like I had completed something. And I think this might be what got me back on track to crocheting this month. Next was one of my big projects. This seemed to take forever, and I think I like it, but I'm not sure if I'm trying to tell myself I like it because it took me so long. But what I've done is made some fairy lights for this craft room. I've updated it recently. I've put a bed in here. I've got this royal, I think it's called, and some plants on the windowsill. And I've made some fairy lights for the ceiling because the paintwork that my painting was terrible. The ceiling to wall join is just peeling paint all along it. So I've decided to make some fairy lights and then crochet some hanging plants from them. Got bits of wisteria, got some little blue flowers. I will lean the camera up so you can see it from this angle, but I'll also put a quick video of you seeing it here as well after this. Don't think that was a very good look, but here's the video of the crocheted fairy lights. Next, let me check my list, make sure I got everything. The next was also a big project, and this is something I really enjoyed working on. So my denim jacket, this is my normal denim jacket that I wear during the summer. I've got started collecting pins. I've got a really cute little witch pin, a Hogwarts one. That was a consolation prize for coming last in Lee's Quest. A few really cute ones over here. So from some lovely small businesses as well. This one's Robin Hood. I love that one so much. So I decided to make something more interesting on the back as well. And this is what I did. I crocheted the sunflower, I crocheted some of the stems. How can I hold this best? I crocheted the lavender, but then I also did some embroidery, which I was really feeling. I have done one piece of embroidery before, and that was from a kit. So I wondered what would happen if I tried it myself. I drew out what I envisioned on, is it called notebook, on a tablet, and then I just copied that on here pretty much. I've embroidered this plant here, and I really enjoyed this bit with the French knots. and a little bit of purple plant. Don't know what plant it is, but cute. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and I've only worn this once since creating it, but I'm sure summer's not over yet. I'm sure I'll have more opportunities to wear it soon. Next, I really did get into the denim. I went to some charity shops and found some denim jackets and denim jeans that were obviously quite cheap from a charity shop, and they were really lovely. So, inspired by what I'd already done with my denim jacket, I decided to create more crochet pliques and add them to the denim, upcycling them. So the next thing I did was these denim jeans, which are here. I asked my mum and my sister for ideas, and they said autumn Halloween type ideas. So pumpkin on the back pocket, and on the other back pocket, we've got these two little ghosts, so very Halloweeny on the back. And then on the front, I've got nothing on this leg, but on this leg, under the jean, under the knee, not the jean, I've added these lovely, lovely leaves. I really enjoyed making these. I don't know why, but this white seems to glow in a camera, but it doesn't glow in real life. I've got some maple leaves, some oak leaves, and birch leaf, I think that is. Again, I'll list their patterns down below because I did use other people's patterns for these, which were just free patterns. And then I use my glue gun to stick them on really carefully to make sure I've got all the edges stuck down properly. And I love the way they've turned out. They are size 8, so they're slightly too small for me. So they are on my Etsy, along with the next denim project I've got as well, if anyone did want to purchase them. So the next thing I made was, so I have previously shown you my jasmine crochet bags. I'll show you them now. Here they are, my own pattern. I will be writing the pattern for these one day in the future. I don't know when that will be. But they were very, very floppy. And I took one out for my Barbie night out, and every time I picked it up, it just goes, and it was just really floppy. It needed a bit more structure, so I knew I needed to line it. And because it was so floppy, I knew I needed some interfacing as well. I've only done 2 sewing projects before, very, very novice. So I decided to give it a go to line these bags. This is the first one I did. So you can see in the back, not too bad. On the front, if I open it, I'm not sure if you can see it so clearly here, but you can see the stitching there. And then inside, got my lining. It's not terrible, but it's not something I would sell. I think what I needed to do is make a seam on the lining and then sew it in. Because the jasmine stitch is so thick, it was really hard to get under the sewing machine needle, even with the foot up. So I think what I'd do next time is I'd sew the sides of the lining up with the sewing machine, and then I might try hand sew it and see how that goes. The next one, in the back was a little bit worse. You can actually see the lines where it is there. And then if I open it, there's a bit of a wonky line there that you can see. And then inside the lining is a really cute material. I adore this material. I only had one fat quarter, so I won't be able to use any more of this, but I'm sure I can find some. It's very fraying at the edges, but not terrible. Good for a first attempt of lining anything, I suppose. So that was my next project. After that, I made a teapot house. I saw something on Instagram that it was someone who weaves and she makes these adorable, I think she's called Meek Oak, something like that, adorable little teapot houses or strawberry houses that are only like that big. And then she hangs them on wooden spoons and they make such good kitchen displays. And in our kitchen, we've got loads of nails sticking out the wall from the previous owner, even though we moved in over a year ago now. And I wanted to put something there. So, using inspiration from her weaving, I decided to make my own teapot house. If I can find it. Here it is. Really cute in essence. I didn't use a pattern, I freehanded it. It does look like a 5-year-old's drawing though. I used some different textured yarn here, and for the steam, suppose you could call it. I enjoyed this bit with the puff stitch. It's not something I will be displaying. It's a really cute idea, and maybe in the future I might have a go at making a small one. Also, it won't go flat no matter what I do. I've ironed it, I've blocked it, it just refuses to go flat, and I have no idea what to do, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be using it. I don't know what to do with it though because I hate not using things that I've crocheted. If anyone wants it, just pay shipping, I will send it over. I will include the wooden spoon. I just want it to be used. I want it to go to a good home where someone might like it, but to me, it's just a 5-year-old drawing. Next project was another quite a cottagecore project, and this one, I've never gained so many Instagram followers in one day when I posted this reel. I think the most I've gained before in one day was about 3. This time, sorry, it's about 14, which to some people doesn't sound like a lot, but here is my little cottagecore design. I made these little jam jar covers. Here they are with a little free cat hair on, I believe. Because first of all, I went blackberry foraging with my sister, and I then made blackberry jam, and I had 4 pots of it. So they're going to be 2 are going to be gifts, one for my parents and one for my partner's parents. I thought it'd be really cute to just crochet them a little cover to make it an extra special gift. So that's just what I did. It's really simple. It was just 12 double crochets, 12 half double crochet increases, and then this little pattern here, and then the shell edging as well in a contrasting colour. I am currently pattern testing for this. I think my pattern testing call is out. I'll be choosing testers tomorrow on my Instagram, SnowdropCraftCrochet, if you're interested. And I think it's going to be a free pattern when it does come out because it's so simple and so quick. I did make quite a few of them. Don't know where the other one's gone. But if you are interested, it will be free on my Instagram, and it is quite easy to adjust the size. All you need to do is before you make the rounds of single crochet, you could just make a round of increase in single crochet. But I will put that tip on the pattern as well. I really enjoyed making the pattern. It's the first one I've actually sat down and written. I keep saying, I've got a pattern for this, I'm going to write it. But I haven't done it until this little jam jar cover, and I really like the way it's turned out. It looks very professional. So the last thing I think it is, yeah, it's the very last thing that I finished yesterday, and is another denim upcycling project. It's these shorts. My sister was having a clear out and she was getting rid of these shorts. I don't think she's worn them much because they are age 14 and she's nearly 20. They are lovely, high-waisted, 4 buttons, lots of pockets. They are originally from New Look. I've had a look at similar priced ones on New Look and about £20. But obviously these aren't brand new. But I have upcycled them, so I've put them on my Etsy for £15. Let me know what you think about that pricing. And I crocheted these flowers to add on, and again used my hot glue gun to stick them down. I do really like the pastel colours with this kind of colour of denim. It works really well, and I enjoyed making this too. The flowers take a surprisingly long time, but it didn't really matter because you can do what you're watching TV, which is very lovely. I did also crochet these earrings. I've crocheted another pair of the same colour for someone who won a competition for my Instagram follower competition. But I've made these for myself as well. I keep making mushroom earrings for myself, and then before I get a chance to wear them, someone always seems to order them in the same colour, and then I have to ship them off instead of because I'm too lazy to just make another pair. So I keep selling the ones I intend to wear, but these are mine. I'm wearing these ones. And that brings us to a close. That is everything I have crocheted this past month, and I am quite happy with the quality of the things that I've crocheted this month, and everything was a success apart from the teapot house. And I'll be looking for more denim for future upcycling projects because I'm really getting into them. I do have another one on the go, but no spoilers, you'll see that in next month's video. Thank you very much for watching. Please go and follow me at snowdrop.crafts on Instagram and subscribe here on YouTube. Give me a like. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.